The way to make conversations more interesting is by using pattern interrupt questions. So most people when they have a conversation with someone, they just ask them the same questions. Where are you from? What do you do for work? What school do you go to? But if you use an interesting question, which is a pattern interrupt question, then they actually have to think a little bit, right? They don't have an automatic response to that because we have an automatic response to like so many questions. How are you? Good. Where did you go to school? Oh, I went to this university. What do you do for work? We have like standard responses. So it's not really like a mindful conversation. But if you use what's called pattern interrupt questions, well, now they have to think a little bit and it becomes more interesting. It becomes more unique of a conversation. So, like, you could ask them, oh, what are you excited about? What are you passionate about? What do you do in your free time? These are all things that, like, you don't typically ask someone that you just meet. And you don't want to start off with these questions, but you do want to ask them once you, like, actually get to know someone. So let's say you and I were sitting next to each other at like a coffee shop. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, what are you excited about?" No, I would talk to you for a little bit. Maybe I'd give you a compliment. Like maybe if I liked your shoes, I'd be like, "Oh, those are cool shoes. Where'd you get them?" Then you'd be like, "Oh, I got them at whatever, like Nike, whatever it is, right?" But once you've already started the conversation, this is where you can use those pattern interrupt questions. So instead of asking like, "What do you do for work?" you just be like, "Oh, what are you excited about? What are you looking forward to in the next couple weeks?" So this way, they actually have to think, and now it becomes more of an intentional conversation rather than like an automatic one. Because the problem, the reason that conversations get boring is because they're the same, right? They're the same. You've done it a million times. Where are you from? What do you go? For, what do you do for work? Where did you go to school? You've had these conversations a million times, so they get boring. But to keep it interesting, you could ask someone a question that like you typically wouldn't ask someone you just met, like, "Oh, what are you looking forward to?" Right? So if you use these questions, then I really think your conversations will improve and people will start to see you as more charismatic because it's just one way to stand out is to be interesting, is to ask interesting questions. And obviously don't ask anything like too invasive. Just ask questions that are, you know, lighthearted, but still you wouldn't typically be asked by a stranger. And this is like a great way to meet people as well. It's like it's just you get to learn so much about the world from just like having conversations and asking these questions. So why would you not do it? You know what I mean? Like we're all gonna die one day, so you might as well have some fun, learn some things while we're here. That's my perspective. I'm in Copenhagen right now, and yeah, it's been like kind of like talking to people, staying at a hostel, so like it's super easy to start conversations. And some people don't want to talk to you, which is like also totally okay. It's okay if someone doesn't want to talk to you, but some people they've like opened up and like I don't know. I just get to learn where they're from and like what they're excited about. So it's like it makes your life so much more interesting to have interesting conversations and not just boring ones. So the more you use this, the more interesting your life will be because your life is based on your relationships, based on the people you talk to, it's based on the people that you meet. Like the person, your best friends, you had to meet them. Your the person you're gonna marry, you have to meet them. You know what I mean? Like these are people that you really want to have interesting conversations with. So one easy way to do that is to just change the questions that you ask them. And listen, I'm not saying that starting conversations with someone new and like starting to implement the skill, I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be easy at first, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So even though it won't be easy at first, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.